going to bring you some sort of sewing project today. You can see here there's a few of the teeth missing.
This is where my mind is right at the moment.
Oh, it's so pretty. Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Louise. I am going to bring you some sort of sewing project today. I know, this kind of hit me spur of the moment, but here we are in my bedroom and I'm about to tell you the story of the squished wallet. One day when I was making my way to work, I was putting stuff in the car and I thought it would be a good idea to rest my wallet on the bonnet of my car, and of course I got in and drove off and 100% forgot about it. I had just gone onto the sort of faster part of the road out of the area from which I live, and I accelerated to hit the speed limit, and as I did I saw something fly off the front of my car. It rolled under the wheels and it went bump bump. For a second there I was like, what the heck was that? Then I realized my wallet was still on the bonnet of my car. It had flown off and I had just driven over it. So I had to pull over on the side of the road. Luckily it wasn't busy at the time and I could get out and I collect all my cards and my cash and everything else that had fallen out of the wallet onto the road. Picked up my wallet, got in the car and found out that the zipper was 100% busted. Like, it was just not zipping anymore. I don't want to show you because my husband spent ages trying to get it zipped up to this point. So that is the story of my wallet. That is the story of how the zipper broke. It was a shame because this is a very brand new wallet. At the time I'd only had it for about 6 months. So you can see here there's a few of the teeth missing from the zip, which means I'm not able to zip it all the way closed. So what I thought I would do was come up with some sort of crafty sewing way to stop the zip before it gets to that area, but still manage to have all of this closed. I should still be able to open the whole wallet with that part sealed up, but yeah, I thought, seeing as I have stuff lying around, I would make it pretty. So what I thought I'd use is some of this creamy coloured thread, and I've got it all ready to go on a needle. I'm going to use this little Diamante love heart thingy that was lying around in my sewing box. I think it was very pretty. I've got this string of pearl beads that I have from a different project I was working on, so I'll use these as well. And then I have some other different coloured beads. I've got this clear type of peachy one and this really tiny sort of holographic diamond shaped bead. So I think putting all of that together, it'll look really, really lovely. So now it's just a matter of figuring out how I attach it all and make it look nice.
Alright, so sitting at the kitchen bench, we now have the wallet, the thread, the little love heart, and all the beads we're going to be using today. I'm thinking the pattern I'll do is like one of these here. So we've got like a graded sort of situation going with the sizes. So this is the sort of pattern I kind of want to go with this project. I'm not exactly sure yet how it's going to work out or what's going to happen, but this looks absolutely lovely just as it is. So I thought I'd share this with you. It may not look like this in the end, but this is where my mind is right at the moment. Don't mind the lawnmower, that thing's going to be going all day. Seems like someone's always mowing a lawn around here. So I think what I'm going to do is attach this and just anchor it down right at the top here, sort of making sure that it is well covering that first little bit of tooth that is missing. So I'll just do that first with a few pieces of thread, and then we'll see what we're going to do with the beads from there. It was a little tricky trying to get the heart on at first. I really had to try and sort of maneuver the needle underneath the little zip area, but once I got it through, it was pretty easy to just loop it around some of the diamonds there. And I really wasn't sure how the whole design would work out. I was kind of just flying by the seat of my pants at this point, which is usually how I approach pretty much every project or every idea that I get. There's not really much planning involved. I just sort of go for it, and whatever happens, happens. So instead of doing the horizontal pattern that you saw at the beginning, I'm now doing that same pattern with the beads, but just vertically down the side of the zip, because of course there wasn't enough room for it to go horizontally. I was also struggling a lot today. My skin hasn't really been the best. It's really crispy at the moment, and I think it comes with the change of the seasons. But yeah, my eyes have been watering, my skin has been dry and itchy. It just hasn't been a pleasant time. So trying to concentrate on all this like intricate beading and sewing was a little bit difficult. Despite that, I did get through. And I had a really great time putting it all together. I learnt how to sew from my mum. She used to have to do like a lot of sequining of costumes back in the day. I guess it comes as a parent of a dancer. She even put her hand up to make some costumes, you know, here and there. And that was fun, trying to help her out. We'd make a little assembly line at the dining room table and try to put all these costumes together. Needless to say, we didn't do that too often because it was kind of stressful and hectic, but still a lot of fun. I think it's very important though to learn a skill like sewing, because there's always going to be things that you need to patch or hem or do something like that. So it was great that I could learn this skill from her. Even to the point where I've actually been able to use my skills in sewing to get work. I used to work in the wardrobe department over in the park, and I would do things like fix and maintain the costumes and the uniforms there, like sewing on buttons and doing hems or patching something up. So it really is a very valid skill that is still needed in this day and age. I would personally really love to use a sewing machine and an overlocker and be able to create my own clothes at some point. That would be really awesome. I just don't have them here. If I had access to them, I would try and use them more often. It'd be great. So this is bottom, this is where the love heart is. That's going to go across there. It's going to be really tricky to try and like seal it up, but I think it's going to work. I'm going to put in the reverse of this pattern now, so I'm going to put a hollow there and then a little pearl one, and that should fill up the space. Then I'm going to repeat it on the other side, and then finally I'm going to seal it up by sewing this side of the heart down, and then it should look really pretty. Beading this up for you all now because it did actually take quite some time to put all these beads on. Like I said, very tricky to get that needle in underneath the zip. There's not a lot of space there. Also struggling with some of the beads. The holes aren't always big enough to be able to get the needle through and then thread it on. But you know, you just put a little bit of elbow grease in there and you get it done. So what I did with the thread is I had it doubled over so that way it was nice and strong, and then I went through each bead twice with the thread to really make sure that those beads weren't going anywhere and weren't going to come off. You know, if the wallet was knocked around or moved or something bumped the beads while I was carrying it around my handbag.
There we go, one side of the wallet is done. We've just got to bead the other side and then attach the heart, and this project is finished. I think it's coming along well so far. We'll see what the finished product looks like though before we make any judgments.
On the second side, I started with the beads first and then finished with the love heart because obviously I needed the room to be able to move the wallet open to get the needle in and through to be able to put all the beads on. And I don't know, for some reason I decided to make this even more difficult on myself and not open my wallet completely. You can't really see it in this video, but it is still like zipped up towards the corner. I could have unzipped it all the way and made it a lot easier for me to get that needle in underneath the zip and to put the beads on, but it just didn't occur to me. And looking back at this, I'm like, why? Why make it difficult for yourself? There's no reason to do that. Oh well. The other thing that if you do decide to do this to your wallet, if you ever have a need to do this to your wallet, is you need to consider whether you're still going to be able to open the wallet far enough when the wallet is unzipped that you're not going to pull on those beads and pull all the thread out and destroy all that hard work that you've put in. Perhaps an elasticized thread might suit this project better. I'm not exactly sure, I don't have that, but you could use that and give it a go and see if it works.
And we're back and we've finished the project and I am so happy with the way it turned out. Let's have a look at the final product. Oh, it's so pretty. I'll just move the zip out of the way so you can see it a bit better. It's so pretty, look at that. I am extremely happy with the way this looks, and it is going to serve its purpose by stopping the zip from going anywhere off the tracks. I can unzip it as well and open it up a reasonable amount to get my stuff. Just need to remember not to rip it all the way open, although it seems to be doing a good job and not pulling too much at where the attachments are. Yeah, it's so pretty. I kind of want to like get more beads and just bead the whole thing and then maybe put another love heart on this side, but then I won't be able to zip it, so there's no point. But still, I mean, it's a nice little creative way to fix my wallet and make it functional again, but also make it pretty and still on theme with the colors and everything at the same time. So yeah, that's my wallet. It's done now, it's fixed, and it can be used without things falling out the top, because it can be zipped all the way up. I guess the moral of the story is don't ever give up on stuff. Things can always be salvaged, and sometimes the salvaging turns out for the better. That's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you know all the things to do. I'm gonna be back with another video soon. Thanks so much for watching. See you then. Peace out.